Medical College and Hospital, they knew they could at least help heal one part of his pain, his sense of isolation and the onset of depression. While the man recovered physically, the hospital superintendent sought help to get him family support. On the 26th of September, the hospital official, Zahid Hossein, contacted the West Bengal Radio Club, an amateur radio organization with a proven track record of helping in missing persons cases. According to a report in the Millennium Post, the Hams used their vast network of contacts to locate the man's family in the West Bengal district of Birbhum. The club's secretary, Ambarish Nagbiswas, VU2JFA, told the newspaper that when the Hams got in touch with the man's elder sister, they learned that she'd reported him missing about a year ago. The siblings were put in touch with each other, and the man recognized his sister. When he was considered healthy enough to be released by the hospital, he returned home with her to the family's village. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
As many as 50 licensed amateurs between the ages of 15 and 25 will be headed for Colorado next June as the Youth on the Air Camp for the Americas enters its 5th season. The online application period begins on December 1st and open to young radio operators from North, Central, and South America. The camp will take place from June 15th through the 20th. Prospective campers living outside of the United States are being given priority and are encouraged to leave sufficient time to obtain the required passport and tourist visa where applicable. First-time campers are also being given priority. Attendees from past years are welcome to apply to serve as leaders. Meanwhile, plans are in works to inaugurate 2 other camp experiences next year: sub-regional camps and a Yoda Junior USA camp serving hams younger than 15. Visit youthontheair.org. That's youthontheair, one word, .org. For additional information, please contact Camp Director Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, via the email address director@youthontheair.org. A leader in Albania's amateur radio community has become a silent key. We hear about him from Jeremy Boot, G4 and AH.
From the very radio was almost certain to be the future for Jovan Bodani, ZA1H. He grew up watching his father at the helm of Radio Tirana, Albania's first broadcast radio station, which transmitted its powerful signal on 7050 kHz. Jovan's own history of involvement in radio came with the creation of the Albanian Amateur Radio Association, in which he served as secretary. Jovan had been one of the first students to be trained in the ZA1A IARU amateur radio program in 1989, in preparation for amateur radio's reintroduction into Albania a year. Notices posted on a variety of DX websites praised Jovan's effort to welcome international operators to Albania and to provide whatever guidance he could to local hams. A note posted on DX News says that the quote, Jovan worked tirelessly to unite competing amateur radio groups in Albania, though sadly he did not live to see the fruits of his efforts, end quote. Details about the date and cause of his death were not available when Newsline went to production. This is Jeremy Bucci for NJH.
A lifelong ham radio enthusiast and former broadcaster who co-developed the first internet remote amateur radio station has become a silent key. We hear about him from Dave Parks, WB8ODS.
If you've ever operated an amateur radio station remotely via the internet, you have Keith LaMonica, W7DXX, to thank. The former broadcaster, who was the recipient of numerous awards, including the noted Peabody Award, was perhaps best known among hams for working with another amateur, Bob Arnold, into JEU, to establish an internet control base for amateur radio, enabling radio operators without antennas to get on the air remotely with computers. This groundbreaking station was profiled in a 1999 article in CQ magazine. Both Keith and Bob were inducted into CQ's Hall of Fame in 2016. Keith died on Thursday, the 26th of September, following a series of illnesses, according to a notice on QRZ.com. His accomplishments as a ham started very early on in his life when he made front-page news in the local California newspaper for being the first person in the area to hear radio transmissions being sent by the Soviet satellite Sputnik. A satellite enthusiast, he developed a satellite radio talk show as a format, creating a program known as FM America. He also hosted a Sun Broadcast Network radio talk show. His long professional career in radio and TV had him crisscrossing the U.S. to markets from the East Coast to the West Coast. The Peabody Award was presented to him for his coverage of the trial of James Earl Ray, who was convicted of the assassination of U.S. civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968. Keith was 81. Keith Parks, WBF.
Time for you to identify your station. We're the amateur radio newsline heard on bulletin stations around the world, like the George County Aries repeater in Loosedale, Mississippi, Wednesdays at 7:37 p.m. local time. A recent seminar on a university campus in India focused on ham radio as a tool for the well-being of women. Jim Meachin, ZL2BHF, tells us what the students learned.
As part of their efforts to promote amateur radio and STEM careers among women in India, Sister Navidata University and Oscar India, a program of All India School of Management and Information Technology, spent a day exploring the value that involvement in radio can bring to women's lives. The all-day seminar, held on September 30th on the university's Kolkata campus, placed a special emphasis on radio communications' vital role in ensuring women's security. Undergraduates enrolled in the university's mass communication and engineering departments were given an opportunity for hands-on experience with radio equipment, especially gear used in emergencies. Oscar India's convener, Neelkanta Chatterjee, VU2OII, shared a sample of VoIP-based communication, traditional radio modes, and Morse code. Oscar India, which has conducted training seminars across 20 states in India during the last 8 years, has placed a greater emphasis in its recent programs on young women using radios. The organization, whose name is an acronym for Open Source Convention for Amateur Radio, is encouraging young women in particular to use ham radio as a gateway to greater personal security. These seminars are designed to increase understanding of technology and general societal well-being through radio connections. This is Jim Meachin, ZL2BHF.
The liftoff of a balloon from a South African airstrip will carry a variety of ham radio payloads in space. Jason Daniels, VK2LAW, has more details for us.
A dramatic early morning weather balloon launch on Saturday the 12th of October is scheduled to lift a series of CubeSats into a near-space environment above South Africa as hams follow and track the balloon from locations as far away as possible. The hams were encouraged to use the various payloads, which included crossband repeaters, LoRa and APRS trackers, Parrot repeaters, WSPR beacons, and SSTV payloads. The CubeSats remained aloft until the hydrogen-filled balloon bursts, and then they parachute back to Earth. The launch at a model airstrip near Secunda, coordinated by the Secunda Radio Club ZS6SRC, is known as BACR-12. The acronym stands for Balloon Carrying Amateur Radio. This is Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
The parent agency of Voice of America is preparing for relocation to new headquarters in Washington, D.C., leaving the historic Wilbur J. Cohen Federal Building that VOA has called home since 1954. Beginning this year, the U.S. Agency for Global Media will begin moving VOA and its 4 other international broadcast entities: Radio Free Europe / Radio Liberty, Radio Free Asia, Middle East Broadcasting Networks, and the Office of Cuba Broadcasting. The relocation to 1875 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest is being called a financially sound move. The media agency said it will save taxpayers more than $150 million over the lease's 15-year lifetime. In the world of DX, there will be an Earth-Moon-Earth event based in Douwinjala, the Netherlands, during the Boy Scouts of America Jamboree and the Air Activation on October 18th and 19th. It will be hosted by the Douwinjala Radio Telescope. Be listening for Scout stations on 432.050 megahertz on both days between 1700 UTC and 2230 UTC. You can also monitor the audio via CAMRAS Web SDR. Listen for SAM 7K1 EAS on the air as JR6/7K1 EAS from Yonaguni Island, IOTA number AS024, starting on the 13th of October through to the 17th. He will be using FT8/FT4 and SSB on 40, 10, and occasionally 6 meters. QSL via the Bureau. Volker DL1WH will be active holiday style as PA/DL1WH/P from Ameland Island, IOTA number EU038 from the 12th of October through to the 26th. Volker will be using CW and some SSB. See QRZ.com for QSL details. There's still time to work Francesco IK0FUX, who is operating holiday style as 8Q7UX from the Maldives, IOTA number AS013. He is on the air through the 14th of October using CW primarily and some FT8. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Listen for Harold DF2WO, whose 12-day operation from Rwanda begins on the 10th of October. He is using the call sign NX2AW using CW, FT4, and SSB on 80 to 10 meters. You may also hear him on 6 meters. He will focus on stations in Asia. Harold may also be heard via the QO100 satellite. See QRZ.com for QSL details. We end this report with a reminder that it's October, the same month as Halloween. And things are about to get a little, well, okay, a lot hairy. Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB, explains.
You may no longer believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, or even the Tooth Fairy, but do you believe in Sasquatch? The sizable simian of popular American folklore has a sizable following. And when he puts his foot down, he leaves his mark. Bigfoot, that hair-covered, mythical presence reportedly sighted in western states of the U.S., does everything in a big way. So, the Radio Club of Tacoma in Washington State is taking its cue from him by devoting 6 days to mark National Sasquatch Awareness Day, October 16th through the 21st. Whether you call the beast Sasquatch or Bigfoot, you can celebrate Awareness Day by chasing this legendary creature of the woods. Listen for W7 call signs with suffixes that spell Bigfoot, starting with W7B, W7I, W7G, and so on. Sasquatch spotters will be posting his whereabouts on CW, phone, FT8, FT4, RTTY, and PSK on the HF bands. Just remember, before you get on the air, put your best, and possibly your biggest, foot forward. This is Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB.
Don't forget the Amateur Radio Newsline Haiku Challenge. Share with fellow listeners the poetry that is inspired by your ham radio experience. If you're not too busy tuning your antenna or chasing the latest DXpedition, pick up a pencil and share your experience by sending an original haiku to us here at Newsline. Use the entry form on our website, airnewsline.org, and please follow the rules for writing your 3-line haiku. Sorry, but we cannot accept any entries that aren't written in traditional haiku form. With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, AMSAT News, ARRL, Broadcastify, David Behar, K7DB, FCC, 425 DX News, Millennium Post, QRZ.com, Radio Inc., Radio World, shortwaveradio.de, SARNet, South African Radio League, Telegraph India, Youth on the Air, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen E. Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kinford, NAWB in Wadsworth, Ohio, saying 73 As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
W8WKY. Time out.
This is KD8SLG. ClubNet's going to start at the top of the hour. There is a NetLogger session open for tonight's net, so if you want to jump in there and follow along, please do. See you at the top of the hour. KD8SLG clear.
W8WKY. the weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes. Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's my girl. QST, QST, QST. Calling all amateurs to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association's Tuesday Night Club Net. Right here on the W8WKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset, and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We meet here every Tuesday night, have some club announcements, catch up with each other, and tonight we will have the Master of Trivia, W8ELM, in here with a trivia question. This is a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo. For the duration of this net, I will be using the club call sign of W8WKY. We do have a few announcements before we get the party started, so let's get into those. We have a meeting Thursday night. That's October 17th, 7 o'clock, Wadsworth Eagles Hall, where we always have it. A bunch of us meet up for dinner beforehand at Casa Nuestra at 5 o'clock down the street. All are welcome to that as well. Our next VE session is December 7th, and that'll be at the Sharon Center, United Methodist Church, 10 a.m. to noon, with our very own Dustin Kinford, who just hosted Newsline. That's pretty cool. And mark your calendars, folks. December 12th, it's going to be the Christmas party. We meet up with the Worcester Club. We team up with them. We'll be having that at the Wadsworth Eagles as well. And hopefully we'll get the same caterers last year because they did a great job. I have one more announcement tonight before I get the party started. NTAD, this is KD8 SLG. Take it away, Dave.
Thank you there, Just Nick. Let me turn the power down real quick here. Good evening, everybody, listeners and check-ins for the Sarah Club Net on this Tuesday evening. Looking forward to seeing a bunch of you at the meeting. The announcement tonight is about our autumn fox hunt. We're going to try to continue from our Bob Bone Memorial Fox Hunt this summer, which was a success. We will start at the usual place, Bueller's Parking Lot, this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Stefan and Randy will be your starting hosts. Please arrive on time, and they're going to try to get you set off by 10 o'clock or 10:15, and let them get out of there. Don't make them wait for later folkers arriving at 10:30. I'm going to ask them to go ahead and bug on out there. Come on up to the destination. There will be a pie for the first place winners again. This time it will not be blackberry. Can't tell you what the flavor is going to be yet because I haven't figured it out yet. Give me a beat. Just a reminder that the winner is based on shortest mileage, not the fastest time, so be safe. It's most fun if you have a partner. And looking forward to seeing as many people as we can this Saturday. Enjoy the fall colors. I think it'll be a good drive. And we'll look for some other. That's my announcements there. If I think of anything else, I'll mention it at Thursday at the meeting. And I think you do the same thing I always do there, Nick. I think it's Nuestra Casa, not Casa Nuestra, because I think they Americanized it when they flipped the word order, but I'm not sure. Anyways, see you guys on Thursday. Thanks for letting me in for the announcements, and just put me down for A Alpha for Eric's question, and that way you get one of the letters taken already. Back to W8WKY, NTAD.
NTAD, this is W8WKY. Thanks, Dave. Looking forward to Saturday. And yo hablo español muy bien. Believe you me, if you're from Spain, it's Casa Nuestra. Dave, looking forward to seeing you Thursday. All right, this is the way it's going to work tonight, folks. We're going to take a couple rounds of just in and out check-ins. So if you're just here to get your ticket punched and you just want to get on the list and let us know you're here, that's your opportunity. Then we'll take a couple of rounds of people who want to stick around and participate in trivia with W8ELM. Before I start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. Nothing heard. If you want to be in and out, just get yourself on the list tonight for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. This is your opportunity. In and outs only, please. W8WKY, I'm listening.
Kilo Delta 8 Tango Foxtrot. In and out 73.
Whiskey Bravo 8 Victor Mike Whiskey Jim in Barberton.
QA Sir Pato Sir Martin Wadsworth. In and out.
Whiskey 8 Charlie Tango Mike Chariot Portage Lakes. In and out.
Kilo Echo 8 Juliet November Hotel Duggan Rittman. In and out.
Kilo Echo 8 Yankee November Juliet KE8YNJ John in Norton. In and out.
Kilo Bravo 8 Victor Hotel Mike Green. In and out.
Kilo Echo 8 India Mike Echo David Sterling. In and out.
Kilo Echo 8 Tango.
All right, let me grab it there, folks. I've got a couple to clean up here, and we'll start with that. I believe first we had KD8TNF. Chris was in there. WB8VMW. Good evening, Jim. Thanks for stopping by. KE8SFS. Mark was in and out. Thank you, Southern Mark. W8CTM, the closer for the Barometer Net Carry. Thanks for stopping by. KE8JNH. Awesome to see you today, Doug. Thanks for stopping by. We got K8YNJ. John was in and out. Got K8IME and KE8TLB. Randy, you trailed off there at the end. I don't know what's going on, but I got all of it. There's one in there I got a question about. It was KF8 station. I heard KF8 VHM. If you could please come back one more time phonetically so I could fix it, I would appreciate it. Go.
That was Kilo Bravo 8 Victor Hotel Mike.
I was way off there, so that explains that. I got you in and out. Thank you very much for stopping by tonight. KB8BHM. Let's do another round of in and outs tonight, and then we'll start on the regular ones. In and out check-ins, please. This is W8WKY. I'm listening.
KB8LNK Mobile. In and out.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. With no traffic. Hello, Nick.
Whiskey Alpha 8 Kilo Oscar Charlie, Fred in Akron. Happy birthday, big boy. Hopefully you'll have a good net. I'm going to be in and out this evening, and enjoy your time. Back to you, Nick.
All right. Let me tell you who I picked up there. I got KB8LNK, Ron, in and out. Thank you, Ron. WV3K, no traffic, Phil. Good to hear you, Phil. And Fred, thank you for the birthday greetings. Good to hear you. At the beginning, there was a whole lot of nothing. Sounded like somebody trying to check in, but it was just fuzzy. May have been a double. May have been somebody just didn't have things set right. Would whoever I missed like to try again, please? This is KD8SLJ. Oh, this is WWKY.
November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Stefan, in and out. Thanks for running the net, Nick.
November 8 Whiskey Sugar. Bill in London. In and out.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo WV3K with no traffic, but have a wonderful net, Nick. Happy birthday.
Okay, we picked up NAWB. Stefan there. He sounded great on Newsline tonight, Stefan. Thanks for stopping by. NAWS, Bill, got you in and out. Thank you, sir. And WV3K, I got you again. And thank you, Phil. All right. Line them up, guys. If you want to answer the trivia question tonight, now's the time to check in. This is W8WKY. I'm listening.
W8WKY.
Gate Hotel Romeo Foxtrot W8HRF and KE8YUK with Betty.
Nick, please copy Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KE8UIB John in Maslin.
Alpha 8, Charlie, Sierra, AA8CS. This is Gary in Fairlawn.
All right, let me pick it up there. We picked up W8HRF, KD8VYT Russ. I put Lucy on there, Josh, KE8YUK. KE8UIB, John, AA8CS, Gary, and KG7 IRJ, Paul in Maslin. Rough copy, but I got you, Paul. No worries. Who else is sticking around tonight to play trivia? This is W8WKY. I'm listening. Go.
WO3X Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray John in Cuyahoga Falls.
Hey, Nick, trying to check in, and I don't know if you can hear me now. Echo 8 Golf Kilo Oscar in and out.
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa KC8 HDP Jerry from Shreve.
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf K4OG Mark incomplete.
All right, nice orderly check in there. Thanks, guys. WO3X, John, you're in there. K8GKO, Jody, got you on the list. KC8HDP, Jerry, the model check-in. K4OG, Mark, you're on the list. And KD8EPC, I threw you on there, or wanted to be there or not. One more round of check-ins, then we're going to go up to Eric and get tonight's trivia question. This is W8WKY, I'm listening.
Kilo Alpha 8 Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton.
W8 GMS, Gary in Worcester.
All right, fine business. We picked up Tom, K8MNT, and Gary with 2 R's, W8GMF. Thanks, everyone. You're listening to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net on the W8WKY repeater.
Let's go up to W8ELM and get tonight's trivia question. W8ELM, this is W8WKY. Take it away, Eric.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Good evening to everybody. Nick and I were exchanging aurora pictures this past week, Thursday evening, and I thought maybe a sun-related question would be appropriate for tonight. So here it is. When a solar flare occurs on the sun, it can be detected on Earth, A, instantaneously, B, in about 8.3 minutes, C, in 1 to 3 days, or even a maximum of 5. D, it depends upon the intensity of the flare. Or E, none of these answers are correct. Once more, when a solar flare occurs on the sun, it can be detected on Earth, A, instantaneously, B, in 8.3 minutes, C, in 1 to 3 days, with a maximum of 5 days. D, it depends upon the intensity of the flare. Or E, none of these answers are correct. Back to Ned from W8ELM.
W8ELM, W8WKY. I forgot to hit the foot pedal and forgot I was doing this. I was thinking about tonight's question. Fine business, Eric. Thank you very much. And your photos were absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Audrey was taking photos for us, and hers were pretty good, too. So that was a good time, and thanks for sharing with me. And what an apropos question. Thanks, Eric. All right. Well, let's get our first victim lined up here. W8HRF. This is W8WKY. What do you got for it tonight, Josh, and what's your answer to tonight's trivia question?
W8WKY, W8HRF. Good evening, Nick, and everybody on the club net. Miss Betty is a little frustrated. Here, eat the rest of your banana. Do you want to say hello? Say hi. You might hurt her. She's in a little bit of a mood. Let's see. Let me get trivia out of the way. I'm going to walk out of the room so Lucy can't hear. 8.3, I think it was minutes, that answer. I think it was Bravo. I want to see what she's going to say. Let's see. We're having a good week so far. But got off the phone after an hour and 20 minutes with the financial guy who, Nick, I did tell about how his company owned he's a financial guy / life insurance guy, and I told him how his company owned the Edmund Fitzgerald and how ironic that was, and he did not even know what the Edmund Fitzgerald was, so that was kind of amusing. But anyways, I don't have too much else, so thank you for getting me in here on the net, and we'll catch you at the club meeting. W8WKY, W8HRF.
W8HRF, W8WKY. I'm not sure I'd trust him with Betty's college fund. Just saying. Good to hear you tonight. I got Russ up next, and then Lucy's up next, so you guys have enough time to exchange roles there. Let's check in with Russ, see how his radio's working. His new antennas are up in the air. His old antennas are up with new coax. Something like that. Tell us about it, Russ. KD8VYT. This is W8WKY. Go, Russ.
Well, I want to send a big thank you out to Dustin and Andy. They came over all afternoon on Thursday, got my antenna, replaced a bunch of wire on it, got it back. It's higher than it's ever been. I've been all over the world. And so big thanks to them. The antenna that they worked on was not this antenna. That one's still 50 feet in the air. And I don't think I'm going to make the dinner Thursday night. I'm going to try and make the meeting. So I have to go to my mom's and make sauerkraut at 2 o'clock. That takes a few hours. So hopefully I can be done in time to drive out for the 7 o'clock meeting. And then Saturday I got to go to the church. They're having trunk or treat for the little kiddies. I'm going to decorate my car, pass out candy and little toys. It ought to be a great time had by all. Anyway, I have got to go finish my dinner. And everybody have a good evening. 73. This is KD8VYT.
W8WKY.
All right, Russ. 2 quick questions. Do you have a way of getting us the 50-50 stuff if you can't make it to the meeting? Because you know we got a 50-50. And what's your answer to tonight's trivia question?
See, I did all that talking, and I forgot about the question. I'm going to say B. Everybody knows it takes about 8 minutes for the solar flares to make it to Earth. And as far as the 50-50, I haven't done anything because I plan on making it. I'm just going to have to shred sauerkraut faster. KD8VYT.
All right, Russ. Well, you put on your cabbage shredding shoes and have at it. Look forward to seeing you Thursday night. Thanks for being here. We're going to clear with KD8VYT. This is W8WKY. And next up, we've got KE8YUK. Miss Lucy, how you doing, and what's your answer to tonight's trivia question?
W8WKY, KE8YUK. First of all, my answer is going to be Bravo. Why? Because I think that's what I heard Josh say in the other room. I have no idea, and that's my best guess. Speaking of the other room, Josh had to take Betty away to go put her in her pajamas because she hasn't napped today. She fell asleep for roughly an hour, woke up hungry and very angry, and really needs to go back to bed. And we haven't eaten dinner yet, at least Betty and I haven't. So she got some food before that happened, but now he's putting her into her pajamas, and I am struggling to finish chicken noodle soup, which sounds pretty good this time of year. So that's pretty much it for me. Back to you.
KE8YUK, W8WKY. Chicken noodle soup sounds absolutely fabulous, Lucy. I got you down for Bravo. And I had something else waiting to say, and it floated away. That tends to happen, doesn't it? Lucy, good to hear you. Have a great night. Look forward to hearing you tomorrow night on the BeaconNet. We're going to clear with KE8YUK. Next up, we're going to get our answers from John, KE8YIUIB, and probably his parents, too. So, John, what do you got for trivia answer tonight? And what do you want to share with the group? KE8UIB, go.
W8WKY from KE8UIB. Good evening, Nick, everybody out there on the net, and we'll knock out the trivia question here first. My mom is going with A alpha, and my dad is going with D delta, and I think the wife and I are also going to take D delta and see where that ends with the trivia. And with that, me and the wife are just sitting here relaxing, enjoying the evening, listening to the net, and gives me a little bit of time to play radio with you guys. It's great to hear you running or driving the bus tonight, Nick. And with that, you guys know me. I'm just living that $5 dream, a nickel at a time. This is KE8UIB. I'm going to go ahead and hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3, y'all.
KE8UIB, W8WKY. Always a pleasure, John. I got your mom, hey, I got your dad down for D, and I got you and your lovely bride down for Delta and Delta as well. Good to hear you tonight, John. Thanks for being here. Next up, we've got our illustrious president, Alpha 8 Custom Select. This is W8WKY. Gary, I didn't talk too much about the meeting because I knew you'd be here. So if you want to tell us a little bit about the Hamfest, that would be great too. AA8CS, take it away.
All right, Nick, and good evening, Sarah and friends. Let me attack this trivia question, but before I give you my answer, I do want to say that it is really good to have Eric back. I'm certainly glad about that, and I'm 100% sure the club couldn't take 3 weeks in a row of one of my trivia questions. So the ultimate trivia master is back, and that is a good thing. That said, I'm thinking flare probably 8 minutes. That's my thought, so I'm going to go with B. Sounds pretty good. Now, as far as the meeting is concerned, it should be a really good meeting. We got two major things we got to do. We're going to talk about, as we alluded to last meeting, the executive committee met, and we're going to talk about a couple constitutional changes and bylaw changes that's going to help the club with a bit of organization and to efficiency, which is we wanted to accomplish this year. So we'll see how that goes, and also the mini Hamfest. So the whole idea here is all of us have something laying around the shack, and you're thinking, boy, I'll tell you, it'd be nice to get rid of this. I don't need it anymore. I mean, maybe you've gone to bigger and better things in certain areas, but you have a really nice piece of equipment that is certainly a whole lot usable yet, and that's what we're looking for. It gives you the opportunity to present some stuff for sale that you probably wouldn't get a table at one of the major Hamfests. So that being said, that's the whole idea, and we'll see how it goes. If it works, great. We can do it in the future. If it doesn't, then we'll just throw it in the trash can and think of something else. So that's about all I have. Nick, good to be here this evening. Like I said, good that Eric's back, and it's good to hear everybody on the net. And let me turn it back to net control. W8WKY, this is AA8CS. 73, everybody. See you Thursday.
AA8CS, W8WKY. Thank you very much, Gary. I didn't want to throw all that in at the beginning, and you did a much better job than I would have anyway. Got you down for Bravo. Good to hear you tonight, and looking forward to seeing you Thursday as well. We're going to clear with AA8CS, and next up we got Paul in Maslin, KGIRJ. This is W8WKY. I'm going to turn on my volume. What's your answer to the trivia question, and what do you got for the group tonight?
Okay, KG7IRJ, and for the trivia, I'll go with B. Just the way the question is worded. If anybody's interested, the National Club will be out at Jackson Bog on Saturday, 8 to 4. Jackson Bog, 8 to 4 for Poda. If anybody's interested. So, back to you, KG7IRJ.
KG7IRJ, this is W8WKY. I got you down for Bravo tonight, Paul. And that's Jackson Bog from 8 to 4 POTA event. I've been to a couple of the Maslin Club's POTA events. They do a good job. It's a nice day. It could be a good time. So maybe go over there after you're done with the fox hunt, or just head right there anyway. Paul, thanks for stopping by. Good talking to you tonight. We're going to clear with KG7IRJ. We're going to go up to Cuyahoga Falls and talk to John. WO3X, this is W8WKY. What's your answer, and what do you got for the group tonight?
Good evening, Nick, and all on the net. This is WO3X. Doing pretty good here. Let's see. Regarding the trivia question, I am. Let's see. I'm thinking that solar flare is not an electromagnetic wave, so it's going to take a lot longer than 8.3 minutes to go the 93 million miles. So I'm going to go with C, Charlie. Let's see. Over the weekend, I participated in the Pennsylvania QSO party, and I got 63 of the 67 counties. I really didn't have a goal of getting all 67. I just, wanted to get do a fun thing, But I had the spotter on. That website provides a spotter, and there were people on there pleading for the 4 counties that I didn't get for them to come on and to come back on late Sunday afternoon, but they did not. So it would have been a pile up anyhow if they did come on. So that wouldn't have been any fun. So I got 63 of them, and I made 118 contacts, and I got the bonus station, which was worth 200 points. It was in Allegheny County. And so that's how that went. I think that's the most counties I ever got in that contest. So with that, back to the net, this is WO3X.
WO3X, W8WKY. Fine business, John. 63 counties is no joke. That's awesome, man. And the bonus points. So, hope you place well. Always good to hear from you, John. We're going to clear with WO3X. Let's talk to Jody. KE8GKO. It's been a minute, Jody. How you doing? What's your answer to the trivia question tonight?
Well, good evening, Nick, and all the other netizens out there. This is Kilo Echo 8, Golf Kilo Oscar. Well, since my retirement, I think I've been busier than when I was working, so I'm never on the radio, hardly. So I get on 220 once in a while, obviously, still shaking the tree, and keep people going to there. And we got a couple new repeaters, one in Mansfield. Hopefully everybody tries to reach that and has a good time there. I'm going to choose B for the answer. It might be a ringer, and he fooled us all, but we'll see. And Eric, good to hear you out there tonight as well. And I heard N8WS out there too, so that sounds great. All right, well, back to net control, and hopefully we won't be a stranger. KE8GKO.
KE8GKO, W8WKY. Well, thank you, Jody. I got you down for Bravo tonight. It's good to hear you on the radio. And keep shaking those 220 trees, because, I can listen on all my Yaesus, and I do on occasion. You guys have some fun there on 1.25 meters. The only radio I have that will transmit it onto my VX6R, and I just can't seem to make it anywhere with that. It's only 1.5 watts, as you well know. Anyway, good to hear you, Jody. I'll be listening for you on 220. You have a great night and great hearing from you. Next up, we're going down to Shreve. KC8HDP, this is W8WKY. What's your answer to Eric's question tonight, and what do you want to share with the net? Go, Jerry.
Well, good evening, Nick, and good evening to everyone on the net. Let me take care of the trivia question. I'm torn between A and B. We have a solar observatory, and I know they monitor the sun 24 hours a day, so they could see it happen. However, if it's on the far side of the sun and they have to use a probe or satellite monitoring the sun, it could take 8.3 minutes to get here track the distance from the sun. But I think if they could view it, I would think we would know almost instantaneously, so I guess I will go with Alpha. Really enjoyed the trip to DX Engineering on Saturday in K3LR. It was a really fun trip. Lots of great camaraderie there. Mr. Duffy was very cordial and had great hospitality, and that is one amazing facility, let me tell you. And stopping at Quaker Steak and Lube was also fun as well. Let's see, what else do I have? Gary, AA8CS, Gary. I don't have anything I don't need. I need all my stuff, so not everyone has something they need to get rid of. Well, I guess that's it for me this evening, so I'll send things back to you, Nick. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
KC8HDP, W8WKY. We had a blast on Saturday. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get to see, the back of the house at DX Engineering like I thought we were going to. Apparently they had something going on in the warehouse that we couldn't go back there. Maybe we'll set that up for some other time. But all that disappointment dissipated quickly when we got to the contesting station. That was just a blast. But Jerry, before you go, I got one question for you. Did you get Antonia's phone number?
No, I did not. I didn't think of that. Maybe I wish I would have. But she was very nice. I really enjoyed talking to her. We'll send things back to you, Nick. Casey at HDP, back to you, W8WKY.
Oh, man, just so you know, I want her number so that I can invite her to cook for us at the picnic next year. That's why I wanted her phone number. The dogs she made were absolutely fabulous, and Tim fed us when we got there. That was just awesome. KC8HDP, have a good night. This is W8WKY. You're listening to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net here on the W8WKY repeater. Next up, we've got Mark, the original gangster. K4OG, this is W8WKY. What's your answer, and what do you got for us tonight?
W8WKY, K4OG, good evening, everyone. Man, wasn't Antonia just delightful? A pleasant European flair over there. Eric's question. I'm learning that it's all about how he asked the question, what's in the question. So, when a solar flare occurs in the sun, when is it detected on Earth? Well, what's the detector we're using here? And I'm going to expand on Jerry's comments. So if it's like anything like a coronal mass ejection, well, they tell us about them ahead of time, like instantaneously. But if we're waiting to see the light, well, that's going to take 8.3 minutes, I believe. If we're waiting to see the effects of it on our atmosphere, maybe that'll take 1 to 3 to maximum of 5 days. So my answer is Alpha first, then Bravo, and then Charlie last. We'll go with Alpha. Yeah, I had a wonderful time on that tour. Thanks for presenting that, and I guess that's all I got. I thought I had something more, but I got a hole in my microphone. I got to shut it up. K4OG, back to net.
K4OG, W8WK, walking us through the thought process for tonight. And I went through a similar process of thinking about it, and I'll expand on that when it gets to me. We had a good time Saturday. Thanks for being there, Mark. We're going to clear with K4OG. This is W8WKY. And next up, we got Dustin, KD8EPC. This is W8WKY. What's your answer to the trivia question? What do you got to share with us tonight, D?
W8WKY and the Sarah Club Net. Well, Nick, you know I don't like to share, so there you go. But we're going to go with B for the trivia. As far as comments for the net, I don't really have a whole lot. Just a kind of cool, rainy evenings. We're hanging out and trying to find something good to watch on TV here. Did get Russ's antenna up this past week, me and Andy, and so now Russ is on HF there and having a good time again. So that's all I really got for you, Nick. Good to hear you. We'll catch you tomorrow for the Boredom Breaker Net at 1 and the Beacon Net tomorrow at 10. With that, this is KDEDPC. Back to net control.
W8WKY.
And a word from our sponsor. KDEDPC, W8WKY. Looking forward to tomorrow, Dustin. Another Super Net Wednesday. That's right. We'll be linking up for the Boredom Breaker Net tomorrow from about 1 until 3. And KDEDPC has the first hour, KI5 OZZ, the Oz has the second hour. Stop by, it's a good time. Talk to you tomorrow, Dustin. We're going to clear with KDEDPC. Next up, we've got Tom in Canton, KA8MNT. This is W8WKY. What do you got for us tonight, Tom?
W8WKY, this is KA8MNT. Good evening, Nick, and everybody else that's on here tonight. Well, let's get the trivia out of the way first. When's a solar flare detected on Earth? Well, it's a toss-up for me between A and B. However, I don't like the way A is worded when it said instantaneously. So, and I know from science class it takes about 8 to 8.5 minutes to for the light to travel to Earth for C1. So it's a toss of the coin, and I think I'm going to go with Bravo on that. Like I said, I don't like the way A is worded, so I'll go with Bravo, and I'm probably wrong. Let's see. The POTA at the Jackson Bog was mentioned earlier. The actual date for that is Sunday, the 20th, between 9 and 4 o'clock at the South Pavilion. So that would be what it is. And again, that's the 20th on Sunday, this coming Sunday, in fact. Anything else is going on right here? We'll see everybody hopefully on Thursday night, and should be a fun time. So with that, I'm going to say 7-3, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, turning everything back over to W8WKY.
Why? Because we like you. K8MNT, I got you down for Bravo. Thank you for clarifying the date on the Jackson Bog, or the day and date. I was misspoken. That's what happens when you don't have stuff written down in front of you. And I thought Paul said Saturday. Sunday it is. Well, that's cool, because it doesn't interfere with the fox hunt. Tom, thank you for that. You have a great night. We'll be listening for you tomorrow morning. We're going to clear with K8MNT. This is W8WKY. Next up, we've got W8GMF. Gary in Worcester. Good evening, Gary. What's your answer to Eric's trivia question, and what do you got for the group tonight?
W8WKY in the net, W8GMF, don't have much for the net. Hope that Stan gets home, finds out his antenna's all bad. We got a man here going back down to his winter home tomorrow. For the trivia question, I'm like what the others, I'm not sure. I know it was meant to be devious, but I'm not sure how we would detect. obviously. But we would definitely see it by the time the light arrived, I do believe. So when he didn't say something else, so I'm gonna go with the 8.3 minutes B and see what kind of tricks he's got up his sleeve. Thanks for running the net. W8GMF.
W8GMF, W8WKY, we got you down for Bravo. Thank you, Gary. And it was good seeing you at lunch today. As always. You have a great night. Talk to you later on. We're going to clear with W8GMF. Now it's a net. It's a net now. KC8FQV. This is W8WKY. What do you got for us tonight, Mark? Go.
All right. Hey, Nick, thanks. And thanks to the person behind the curtain. KCFQV. Well, doctor just drink plenty of water. They couldn't find anything alarming of the MIR, so that was good. But the only thing they said to keep the dizziness, you're light-headed or a little bit whatever, just drink plenty of liquids before you get up. So, well, that's no problem. I try to drink a lot of liquids. Because I was at one point logging into Fitbit, trying to see getting enough water in. But yeah, so we came back and stopped and seen a person in the hospital at the Ham, and we came home. But on the trivia, yeah, she's good. She's okay. So all better, and she's ready to roll. But everything else is good. So I'm going to say 8 minutes. 8 minutes on the trivia. So we'll send it back your way, Nick. KC8FQV.
KC8FQV. W8WKY. Oh, Mark, I'm glad to hear there wasn't anything serious wrong with you. And you know, when I drink a lot of liquids is when I get dizzy. Oh, Mark, drink lots of fluids there, buddy. Take care of yourself. We're going to clear with KC8FQV. Takes us down to Eric. He's the bottom of the list, so if you're thinking about checking in, get your thumbs ready. K8VZA. This is W8WKY. Good evening, Eric. What's your answer to trivia, and what do you got for us?
W8WKY in the group. Good to hear everyone tonight. Great trivia question. I'm conflicted. I'm kind of following the similar thought process outlined by a few thus far, but I'm going to go ahead with Bravo. We're gonna roll the dice and go with Bravo. 8.3 minutes. Let's see. Sorry to miss the PA field trip this past Saturday. It sounds like you guys had a great time. And maybe next trip, but I'd already committed to doing a POTA club activation with the Norse group, and we were at the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, Pine Hollow Trailhead area again. Beautiful area up there. If you haven't been there, it's worth checking out. If you want to go hang out or some trails to hike on, or if you want to activate and do some POTA. Our club made 91 contacts total, and I made 11 of those, and one of them was in France. That was pretty surprising. And one in Canada, up in Ontario near Buffalo, and then the rest scattered Indiana, Ohio, Colorado, Alabama, North Carolina, Mississippi, Kansas. So my antenna was getting out, my radio and my antenna, and I've been tweaking it a little bit, playing around with counterpoises, and I think that may be paid off. Let's see. I'll be at the meeting Thursday. I won't be able to be at dinner, unfortunately. Oh, and I saw KI5DAY Allen on the POTA spotting app that day. I tried to reach him, but his frequency was all like jammed up, a lot of noise and everything. Anyway, good to hear everyone. KE8VZA back to net control.
Well, yeah, Eric, if you were trying to talk to Alan, you were definitely going to hear some noise. All right, man. Well, fine business on POTA, man. Sounds like you guys had a good day. Fine business, and we did have fun at K3LR, but I think we'll be doing that again. get another opportunity. Look forward to seeing you Thursday night. Thanks for stopping by, Eric. We're going to clear with K8VZA. He is the bottom of my list. Anybody else out there want to get in on the action tonight on the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net? Now's your chance. This is W8WKY. I'm listening.
W8WKY.
Kilo 8, Papa Julie, Whiskey, K8PJW, Philip in Twinsburg.
All right, we got one straggler there. Phil, K8PJW. This is W8WKY. Did you hear the question? Are you going to answer it? And how are things going at the polls?
W8WKY, K8PJW. I did not hear the question. I only heard the last 2 or 3 answers, and haven't for the life of me couldn't even guess what the question was. So if I could have somebody repeat it, I'd certainly appreciate it.
We haven't asked Eric to reread the question yet tonight, so this is a freebie. W8ELM. This is W8WKY. Take it away, Eric.
Nope, not going to read it. Well, of course I will. When a solar flare occurs on the sun, it can be detected on Earth, A, instantaneously, B, in about 8.3 minutes, C, in 1 to 3 days with a maximum of 5, D, it depends on the intensity of the flare, or E, none of these answers are correct. When a solar flare occurs on the sun, it can be detected on Earth, A, instantaneously, B, in about 8.3 minutes, C, in 1 to 3 days with a maximum of 5 days. D, it depends upon the intensity of the flare, or E, none of these answers are correct. Back to net, W8ELM.
W8ELM, W8WKY. Thank you very much, Eric. Let's go back to Phil and see what he thinks. K8PJW, go.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. I guess I'll go with Bravo. That makes the most sense to me right now. And, anyway, life at the polls is great. Very busy. We've processed over 68,000 absentee applications so far in Summit County. So it's probably about 20% or so of the registered voters. So we're getting up there. We have about roughly 2,000 people a day coming to the early voting center, give or take. And there are times where you can just walk right in and vote. So I highly encourage people to do that instead of waiting for the last minute, because you know the polls are going to be crazy. Anyway, that's what's going on there. So I probably won't make it to the meeting, because sometimes they have us working late to keep up with the work. So I don't want to commit. So hopefully you have a good meeting and maybe do the recording. Anyway, good to hear everyone. I'll listen out. This is K8PJW. Back to the net.
K8PJW, W8WKY. Got you down for Bravo, Phil. Thanks for your service at the polls. And I got to tell you, your node has a hella buzz with it tonight. Either overdriving it or got to move it a few feet or something and get it away from some RF. But get some buzz in there. We heard every word you had to say. So thanks for being here. We're going to clear with K8PW. This is W8WKY. My answer tonight, Eric, is going to be Bravo. And my thought process was this. No matter how we find out there was a solar flare, whether visually
or from a satellite, it's going to take at least 8.3 minutes or whatever that time is for it to get from there to here. So whatever the process is, that's how long it should take. There's lots of bees there, so maybe I am mistaken. Let's go to Eric and get the answer for tonight's trivia question and whatever comments he's got for us. W8LM, W8WY. Go, Eric.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Thank you, everyone, for participating tonight. My only hope of avoiding a grand slam tonight was that maybe some of you would confuse the solar flare with a coronal mass ejection. And they sometimes occur together, but not necessarily. And all of the bees are correct. It takes 8.3 minutes, about 8 minutes and 20 seconds for the electromagnetic energy from a solar flare to reach the Earth. Now, if there is a coronal mass ejection along with it, that is not electromagnetic, although it can have some magnetic flux encapsulated inside of it. But it will take 1 to 3 days. That's why it took so long till we could see the aurora. The speed can depend upon the intensity of the flare as far as the coronal mass ejection goes, but not the flare itself. And since it is electromagnetic, you can't avoid the speed of light, so instantaneously is simply not possible. I think I covered about everything. The fastest CMEs can reach Earth in as little as 18 hours, but solar flares, 8.3 about minutes. I won't read all of the correct answers, but again, thanks for participating, and back to net, W8WKY from W8ELM.
W8ELM, W8WKY. Eric, thank you very much for another fine trivia question. You have great ones. There's no doubt about it. You are the master of trivia. Thanks again, Eric. And I'm going to echo Eric and thank everybody who participated in tonight's Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. We had 35 check-ins, not a bad hour's work. And I'd like to remind everybody that next up is the WatchNet down in Millersburg, KD8QGQ, 146 Mark 670, negative offset and a PL tone of 71.9. It's a good time. That's where I'm heading now. If you want some more net tonight, that's the place to go. We're going to close the net at 8:58 p.m. tonight and return the repeater and the call sign to regular, customary amateur use. This is W8WKY turning back into KD8SLG. Hope to see a bunch of you Thursday at the meeting or dinner. Don't forget about the Fox Hunt. And don't forget about Maps Ham Fest last Sunday of the month. That's a good one. Hope to see you there. This is KD8SLG. I'm clear. Have a great night, everyone. 7-3 all y'all.
W8WKY.
it's 42 degrees right now here. Yeah, I participated in the Pennsylvania QSO party also, and I got 63 of the 67 counties and 118 contacts. And I got the bonus station, which wasn't a real strong signal, but it was a clear signal. And I got KA3 KSP and KB3 VSP, but KA3 KSP's signal was really strong. So I saw pictures of the antenna. So whatever that is there, that's working really well on 40 meters. So that's the story there. Let's see. So yeah, the Pennsylvania QSO Party website had a spotter program, and there were people Sunday afternoon. The 4 counties that I didn't get, they were pleading for them to come back on or whatever.
Delta listening.
All 67 counties. But that afternoon there were 4 counties that weren't on at all. So
no see or talk.
that was. I really wasn't trying to get all of them. I just. I think 63 is the most I ever got all the years I've been working that contest. So with that, back to the net. This is WO3X.
Looking for something newer than that as a GE, but I didn't find anything. When you have a chance, or actually, those are GE Master 2s? Yes, GE Master 2 base stations. Well, the base station and the mobile is the same thing, except for one's a mobile, one's a base.
Thanks for checking in, Bill. Next up, we have NHGOB. Dave, how's your evening going? Well, good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net, NHGOB. Well, good to hear everybody on there tonight and everything. Had a good day there today. My son-in-law came down there from Akron way. Got a good report, and that was the main thing, I guess, and everything. So, come next Monday, I have an appointment with the family doctor, so, there you go. So, got a good report with this doctor, so, net. We'll turn it back to net. Hope everybody has a great week. Back to net. GOB. Thanks, Dave. I always like it when you check in. That way I don't have to explain to everybody where you're at or what you're doing. Because they check up. All right, now I have to ID. This is the Laura Tuesday Night Net. I'm your net control, 88AB. Is there anyone else wishing to check in to the Tuesday Night Lisbon Net? Got you in your teeth. You're really low. Your battery must be low again. Anyone else wishing to check in to the Laura Tuesday Night Net? Please call. November 8th, Juliet Echo Whiskey, Joe and Alliance. USI. Okay, so far I got GE8WSO. He's a check-in only. Next up is N8 Juliet Echo Whiskey. Joe, you're up. Good evening there, net control, everybody on the net. Yeah, I figured I hadn't checked the net here for a few months, so I figured I better get the cobwebs blown out of the radio, get it ready for winter, give me something to do. NHJW, that's about all I had back to net. Okay, thanks for checking in. Okay, KE8UFI, you're up, Lester.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I was just going to say I've been trying to write some calls on the town, trying to get used to all that. The one just before me, I don't think I got his call right, but at least I got something written down. And been trying to do all this fun stuff. And I'll turn it back to Jimmy, and I will chat with you guys later. Yay, UFO.
Thanks, Lester. You don't have to worry about getting it right the first time or the second time. Just keep going. You'll get it right eventually. Trust me, I know all about it. Is there anyone else wishing to check in to the Lisbon Area Amateur Radio Association's Tuesday Night Net? If so, please call. I guess that's it. You guys have a wonderful rest of the evening. Skywarn test tomorrow night that Bill's going to do on the 805. Yeah, that test is at 8:30. Let's see, 73. Be cool and be careful and have a wonderful rest of the evening. Now return to repeat the normal operation. Thank you, and 73 from GE8AB.
which was last set in 1876. 0.31 inches of precipitation fell today. No snow fell today, which brings the monthly total to 0.0 inches. The total snowfall since July 1st still stands at 0.0 inches. Sunset tonight is at 6:46 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:41 a.m. On the latest weather map, a trough lingers over the Lake Erie region and upper Ohio Valley through Wednesday morning. Our area will be impacted by a ridge later Wednesday through this upcoming weekend as the parent high-pressure center moves from the upper Midwest toward the central Appalachians. The forecast for north-central Ohio. West of tonight, showers likely with a slight chance of thunderstorms late this evening, then a chance of showers. Lows in the lower 40s. Northwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. Wednesday, cloudy. A chance of showers, mainly in the morning. Highs in the lower 50s. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy in the evening, then becoming partly cloudy. Areas of frost after midnight. Cooler with lows in the lows. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, areas of frost in the morning. Mostly sunny. Highs around 60. West winds around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear. Patchy frost after midnight. Lows in the mid-30s. South winds around west at 25 knots. Winds at Geneva on the Lake were from the north-northwest at 23 knots. Winds at Conneaut were from the west-northwest at 12 knots. Winds at Walnut Creek were from the northwest at 8. Lake Erie short-term marine forecast within 5 nautical miles from shore. Winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Thursday, areas of frost in the morning. Mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. West winds around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear. Patchy frost after midnight. Lows in the lower 30s. North winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming south after midnight. Friday, areas of frost in the morning. Sunny. Highs in the mid-60s. Friday night, clear. Lows in the mid-30s. At 9 p.m., weather reports for selected cities. Temperature of 41. The temperature was 41 degrees, dew point 38, and the relative humidity was 89%. The wind was north at 10 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.09 inches and rising. Elsewhere across Ohio, at Akron-Fulton Airport, rain was falling with a temperature of 43. It was partly cloudy with a temperature of 42 at Mansfield, 41 at Youngstown, and 42 at Columbus. It was mostly cloudy with a temperature of 44 at Toledo, 49 at Cleveland, 41 at Worcester, and 44 at Cincinnati. At Findlay, it was cloudy with a temperature of 46. Reports from it was mostly cloudy with a temperature of 44. The current time is 9:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is NOAA Weather Radio KHB 59 originating from the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Cleveland. We supply the latest available information for Northeast Ohio over station KHB 59 from Chesterland on a frequency of 162.550 MHz. On the latest weather map, a trough lingers over the Lake Erie region and upper Ohio Valley through Wednesday morning. Our area will be impacted by a ridge later Wednesday through this upcoming weekend as the parent high-pressure center moves from the upper Midwest toward the central Appalachians. The forecast for Cleveland and vicinity. Rest of tonight, showers with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Lows in the mid-40s. Northwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Chance of rain near 100%. Wednesday, showers with a slight chance of thunderstorms in the morning, then a chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 50s. North winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain 90%. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. A chance of showers in the evening. patchy frost after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Thursday, mostly sunny. Highs in the upper 50s. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. South winds around 5 miles per hour. Friday, patchy frost in the morning. Sunny. Highs in the mid-60s. Friday night, clear. Lows around 40. The forecast for the East Lakeshore counties. Rest of tonight, showers with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Near steady temperature in the lower 40s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Chance of rain near 100%. Wednesday, showers. Highs in the upper 40s. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 90%. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. A chance of rain showers in the evening. Patchy frost after midnight. Lows in the mid-30s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Thursday, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny. Patchy frost in the morning. Highs in the upper 50s. West winds around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear. Patchy frost after midnight. Lows in the 30s. West winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming south after midnight. Friday, areas of frost in the morning. Sunny. Highs in the mid-60s. Friday night, clear. Lows in the mid-30s. The Lake Erie short-term marine forecast within 5 nautical miles from shore. Small craft advisory in effect through Wednesday afternoon. Tonight, north winds 20 to 30 knots diminishing to 15 to 25 knots. A chance of water spouts. Showers with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Waves 5 to 8 feet. Waves occasionally around 10 feet. Wednesday, north winds 15 to 25 knots becoming northwest. A chance of water spouts. Rain showers. Waves 3 to 6 feet subsiding to 2 to 4 feet. Waves occasionally around 7 feet. Winds and waves higher in and near thunderstorms. At 9 p.m., weather reports for selected cities. At Cleveland Hopkins Airport, it was mostly cloudy. The temperature was 49 degrees, the dew point 36, and the relative humidity 61%. The wind was northwest, at 21 miles an hour, gusting to 30. The pressure was 30.08 inches and rising. Elsewhere across Ohio, at Akron-Canton Airport, rain was falling, with a temperature of 41. It was partly cloudy, with a temperature of 42 at Mansfield, 41 at Youngstown, 43 at Dayton, 42 at Columbus, and 48 at Ashtabula. It was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of 51 at Burke Lake Front, 44 at Toledo, and 44 at Cincinnati. At Lorain, it was cloudy, with a temperature of 49. Reports from nearby cities outside Ohio. At Buffalo, rain was falling, with a temperature of 46. At Indianapolis, it was clear, with a temperature of 43. It was partly cloudy, with a temperature of 43 at Pittsburgh, 51 at Erie, Pennsylvania, and 46 at Chicago. At Detroit, it was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of 4. The extended forecast for Cleveland, Ohio. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Saturday night, clear. Lows in the mid-40s. Sunday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Sunday night, mostly clear. Lows in the mid-40s. Monday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Monday night, mostly clear. Lows in the upper 40s. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. On the latest weather map, a trough lingers over the Lake Erie region and upper Ohio Valley through Wednesday morning. Our area will be impacted by a ridge later Wednesday through this upcoming weekend as the parent high-pressure center moves from the upper Midwest toward the central Appalachians. The forecast for north-central Ohio. Rest of tonight, showers likely with a slight chance of thunderstorms late this evening, then a chance of showers. Lows in the lower 40s. Northwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. Wednesday,